Welcome back, everyone. It's been a few days, and yes, I got in a car crash. I was going through an intersection with a green light, and a lady wasn't paying attention to her light when it was red and T-boned me as I was halfway through the intersection. She was probably going like 40 miles an hour. I feel all right. The doctor checked me out. I'm not broken, at least. But I've definitely felt a lot better. We've got too many HomePods back here waiting to get fixed up, and I can't keep pushing them off. So we're gonna go ahead and knock them out. Because they're just gonna keep showing up, and I can only get so backed up. So let's see, who is our first one? We've got Roger here. Roger has a HomePod that won't power on. Yeah, I'm lucky enough in a car that old that I walked away with essentially just some bumps and bruises and scrapes. But at the same time, I feel quite rocked. Getting T-boned is no joke. And it's wild how much you don't really hurt until the next day. Pretty much from my neck down to the bottom of my back. My whole neck and back hurts. My left side of my body is all sore and hurts too. The car is unfortunately completely and utterly totaled. It tweaked the frame. Every single body panel gap on that car is no longer aligned. It's crazy. Alright, no power, pretty typical power draw at the wall telling us it's got a dead diode inside. So let's crack that open. What's really frustrating is right after the accident, oh well, not to mention, I couldn't even open my door. I had to remove the roof of my car and crawl out of the top to get out, because the door was all messed up here. So after I crawled out of my car, I got out and I started talking to the driver, and I was like, so you're aware of what just happened, right? You ran a red light and T-boned me. And they were like, "Oh, I don't remember what happened. That's all so, the typical whatever." And I'm like, "Okay, but just so you know," and I point at the cameras at the intersection. There are cameras on this. When the police show up, don't lie to them. And the police show up, and they ask me what happened. They ask her what happened. And I'm standing right there. I can hear her. We're like 10 feet away from each other. And the cop asks her, when you approached the intersection, was your light red or green? Do you remember what color your light was? And she was like, I'm pretty positive. I'm pretty certain it was green. And when I heard that, I was just completely disappointed. That was so frustrating. Within like a minute, 30 seconds, they were able to pull up the traffic camera and confirm that she did in fact run the red light. She starts crying. Her parents show up. She's bawling her eyes out in front of her parents, consoling them. Makes zero eye contact with me from there on out. I caught you. I told you. I even gave you a fair warning. Don't lie about it. I still keep seeing it happen in my head too. I was right about exactly halfway through the intersection when I just barely noticed her coming up to me in the corner of my eye. And what's even more frustrating is like I had enough time, like in that split second, to in my head go, what are you doing here? Why are you here right now? And I got upset for like just that split second. I was like, why the hell are you here? And then boom, the impact happens and she hit me so hard I did a 360 in the intersection. And yeah, the car is totaled. I'm really upset about that. I've had that car for about 10 years. I got it with a little over 100,000 miles on it. It was a non-turbo, but with a 5-speed stick shift at the time, so I drove it around for a year or two like that, and then I took it apart a little bit and converted it to a turbo. And since then, it's just been non-stop upgrades to that car here and there. I've taught my wife how to drive stick in that car. We drove that car home on our wedding night. Lots of my friends have either got the chance to drive or ride in that car at least. Yeah, that car was a lot to me. Like, yeah, I'm happy, I'm glad that I'm okay and no one else was with me and no one else got hurt, but I can't get all that time that I put into that car back. Sucks. Yes, sir, you're correct. She got a red light ticket at the scene. I've already been in touch with their insurance. It should be a pretty open and close case. But even if I get a good enough payout from it, I can't replace that. I can't replace what that car has done. And even if I can replace the car, I can't. I don't have the time to do what I've done to my old one all over again. And like I'm getting a whole bunch of people telling me like, get a lawyer, sue them, this, that, and the other thing, and it's like, do I want to go through all of that? I mean, I don't even know yet how I'm gonna be feeling after a week, a month, a year, 10 years from now. I don't know how any of this works. Oh yeah, and I was on the phone with my insurance company filing the claim as usual, you know, because you got to report the accident with your insurance company. And the adjuster calls me and she's like, yeah, you know, we're gonna, you know, deny your claim because you don't have like comprehensive or whatever on this. And well, I was like, yeah, I know. I figured I'm not worried about it because it's, you know, the other party's insurance that's liable. So, but when I was on the phone with my insurance company, they were like, did you file a claim with their insurance company yet? And I'm like, no, not yet. And I asked her, I was like, should I? Like, is there a reason why I should? And they were like, no. Turns out, if I didn't file the claim with their insurance company, I wouldn't, you know, probably wouldn't be seeing anything. I'm just glad I ignored her advice. What I keep kicking myself in the pants for is, I don't even normally go that route, but I had just finished doing an alternator upgrade in the Z, along with a bigger replacement battery, and I was headed to CarQuest to return my old alternator for the core charge, and because of that, I had to go a different route than I usually take, and that's what happened. What stings even more is I got the alternator. I took the alternator back out of the car, and yesterday I tried taking it back to CarQuest again. This time not getting in an accident on the way, and they tell me that they won't take it because I don't have the original box. The original box was destroyed in the accident. I don't have it. I told them this. I was like, I literally got in an accident on the way here to return this core part. And they were like, sorry, nothing we can do if you don't have the original box. So, screw CarQuest, I guess. Or at least the guy that was working there that day. O'Reilly's didn't have a problem taking my battery back for its core charge though, so I've never had a problem at O'Reilly's. Advanced Auto is nice for like ship to home orders, but don't go to CarQuest to take the core back, I guess, unless you got lots. So, and that's I guess some of you are probably curious what all I've done to that car that I care so much about it. I've put a GT 3071 turbo on it with 450cc injectors, adjustable fuel pressure regulator, of course, and a Walbro 255 fuel pump. 3-row aluminum radiator, copper head gasket, ARP head studs, NIS-tuned is ECU, so I can retune the maps for the modifications. I don't pay a shop. I tune it. I tune it completely myself. It had the louvers for the headlights, the louvers for the side windows, and the louvers for the rear window. Literally all the louvers on that car that you could get from the factory, I had them. It had the digital dashboard with a slight modification I made to it to change the color from green to red to match the rest of the color of the car. And of course, you know, other supporting accessories like the AEM wide band and true boost gauge. I had just got that boost controller put on there too. Like, I had literally just gotten that car after 10 years of work to exactly where I wanted it. And some jackass decided to not pay attention while they were operating a motor vehicle and ran a red light right into me. It's just such frustrating circumstances.
I'm having trouble connecting to the internet. For more info.
Alright, well, at least this HomePod appears to be working and in great order. We've got an excellent offset reading. We've got nice, good power. So let's get this back together. Next to my wife and kids, that car was like the most important thing to me in my life, and it's in a very sad and totaled state in my driveway right now. I have to wait for the insurance adjuster to come by and do their degree. I was never going to get rid of that car. I was never going to sell it. I was going to keep it forever. I was going to give it to my grandkids on my deathbed. There is absolutely no excuse for anybody to be doing literally anything else other than paying full attention to operating a motor vehicle when they're behind the wheel. And I got, even before the accident, I get irate whenever I see somebody messing around on their phones while they're driving. And it's like today on the highway, twice, I almost get sideswiped by 2 different people on the highway because they're messing with their phones. And I give my kid a ride in that car too. I put her right where the impact was. If she was with me in that car that day, I don't want to think about what could have happened. I don't know how the other party is doing in terms of injuries. They said and seemed they were fine right after the accident, but that's, you know how it goes. Most people right after an accident they feel fine, and then the next day that's when it hits. Luckily for me, nothing's broken as far as the X-ray can see, I guess. But it's hard to move. It's hard to do anything. Everything hurts. I got hit by a car at 40 miles an hour. I got T-boned. It's like the worst. One of the worst kind of accidents you can be in. But I mean, I'm technically walking and talking, so I definitely don't feel quite the same as I used to. I feel like I'm only 30 years old, and it feels like I went from 30 to 65 in a heartbeat's worth of time. I can't even carry my kid. It hurts too much. And like my collarbone's all like scraped up from the seatbelt digging into it. My knees are all banged up from smacking into the dashboard. My neck and spine are all messed up from getting whipped around. And the car doesn't have airbags, so I don't even remember if I hit my head on anything or not. And just how unremorseful she was is what gets me too. She knew she was in the wrong. She tried to lie about it. And like, her freaking mom shows up. Her mom is showing way more remorse for everything going on than her daughter that caused the accidents giving. She's like, "Are you okay? Are you hurt? Do you need help getting the tow or anything like that?" And like, you kind of expect that. It's her. The car's in her name and the insurance is in her name. So hey, my Yushi made it too. I'm gonna be able to take a bath tonight and use some of that salt you sent me. Thank you. I'll go ahead and show you guys some more photos here of what happened. So here's Here's my Yushi's HomePod. Unfortunately, it did not do well back there. We were on our way to UPS after a car quest to drop off the day's HomePod repairs, and one of them got smacked up pretty good in the trunk of the car. So that's that. And I couldn't even open my door. It's all messed up in there. It's all bound together now. There's a big dent right here from the side of the car starting to get crushed in. Oh, and this is what was wild too. The interior of the car started getting pushed in too. All of that's destroyed. You can actually see outside from the inside over there. And then that's just a part of the gap on the back of the car. Part of the louver mounts. The side windows popping out of the body of the car too. And I got this. This was given to me while I was in Hawaii on a work trip. And it's been on the back of my car for a few years. And the impact of the accident was so significant that it permanently deformed my hula bobble girl on the trunk of my car. And here's a good demonstration here showing how tweaked the whole frame of the car is. So look at the gap on this side of the trunk lid, and then look at that side. Essentially, if this is the car and I'm driving this way, she came at me like this and T-boned me, and the whole car started to basically do that. The entire car is totaled. The engine doesn't even run right now. Like it's messed up. Here's here's one of the HomePods that was in the back seat during the accident. These boxes are seriously tough. I cannot, like, it blows my mind that it damaged it that much. Yeah, here's some old photos. This was when we were leaving our wedding. And there's my hula girl. Oh, and there's my wife learning how to drive stick in it. Yeah. One more for you guys. Here's a video of the dashboard and doing a pull. Yeah. That was a hell of a car, guys. Yeah, all things considered, the car held up kinda pretty well. All things considered, I held up pretty well. Zero modern safety features in that vehicle whatsoever. It's basically just a steel box. Yep. Oh, I have a picture of their car too here. I'll go ahead and show you guys that. That's their car. Nope. So, their car seems like it might actually be fixable. Not sure. Yeah. To be fair, though, a lot of the, the entire interior is 40-year-old sun-baked plastic. Like, it was still in good physical condition, but 40 years of sitting in the sun is still going to weaken this stuff, so... If somebody tried to hit and run me, I'd be playing frickin' derby with them. Like, if you're trying to drive off after wrecking my life, I'm coming after you. I don't care if I've only got 3 wheels left, I'm coming after you. It's just such a coward move. Makes me irrationally angry thinking about somebody doing that. Sorry that had to happen to you. Right. How is Roger doing? Roger's alive. Who's next? Who is next? We've got Kirill? Kirill? Is that how you say that? Yeah, we've got Kirill here with no power. Sorry if that's not how you pronounce it.
I'm having trouble connecting to the internet.
Beautiful.
I'm having trouble connecting.
All right. We'll set that on the bench, get it tested. And let's open up our next HomePod here. it's not like that car. I didn't drive that car every day, but it was definitely my favorite car. And I definitely have much safer modern vehicles for daily driving, but I just... My car, man. That was my car. That was me. That car was me. That car was an extension of me. Every single one of my friends and family knew me and knew my car. I've swapped 6 or 7 different engines into that car by now. It's on its 3rd transmission. I was gonna take that car to hell with me. I've actually got the piston from my original motor that I blew up a long time ago hanging off the back of my car as a memento. And I'm gonna take it off. I'm gonna keep it. Yeah, anytime I take the family with me, we go in a nice safe car. And after this, I'm never taking, like if I get another Z again, I'm never taking my kid in that car. It's gonna be definitely just a solo driving car for me. Every time I move, something in my body pops. Or as the old commercial would go, snap, crack, pop my body. I had a friend that would say that. Even in high school, every time he bent his knees would make this really loud pop sound, and he'd go, snap, crack, pop my body. Sorry to steal the joke from you, Evan. And bless his soul, too. As soon as he heard of the accident, he gave me recommendations for attorneys and offered to give me he's got a 300ZX shell. Essentially, it's just good for a shell, but it's unfortunately a little far gone for what if I would be replacing it with. Oh my Yushi, we haven't even gotten around to looking at it yet. I've been too busy with insurance and the doctor and all that. We're gonna take a look at yours during the stream here though, so if you don't feel like sticking around, I'll shoot you a text or an email right before we take a look at yours in a bit. Have I had an accident before? Yes, I've been in a car accident before. It was I think like 5 or 7 years ago. And it was actually my fault. The old accident. I was turning around and I didn't see the person behind me. And they ended up T-boning me. So this is the second time I've been T-boned at about 40 miles an hour. And the second time definitely hurts a lot more. Get out of here. Go. Go. Stupid cat's making me look bad. I'm just kidding, I love my kitties. Yeah, well, since you're here, we'll go ahead and look at yours after we get this one back together.
having trouble connecting to the internet.
Beautiful. And we've got an excellent offset reading. It just blows my mind how little you feel the day of the accident and how bad you hurt the following days and weeks. Man, she done banged up my bad leg too. I've got like a bit of a hairline fracture on my heel or something. It didn't show up on the x-rays, but it's been a few weeks and it definitely feels a little broken. But it was just starting to feel better too, and then the accident, and now it just hurts so bad. It feels like somebody's taking a 50-pound sledgehammer to the heel of my foot and just bam, 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 over and over again. All right. Let's see here. Beautiful.
I'm having trouble.
Beautiful.
I'm having Wi-Fi.
Beautiful. Okay. We'll let that one test. This one here is my Yushi's. My Yushi's HomePod came in a few weeks ago for pretty standard popping repairs. We got it fixed up, no problem. Got it packed up, threw it in the back of the car, headed out to drop it off, and bam, got in the accident. So the box for this was, actually, I've got the box right here. So there's part of it. And if you're at all familiar with these first-gen HomePod boxes, you'll know how tough they are and how much force this would have taken to cause this. And here's the pod. So the bottom, the rubber base is starting to come off, and no matter how much I push it down, it's not staying down. The mesh got some scuffs here and there, I believe. And there is, yeah, there's like what feels like a dent right here. So let's see how it sounds. Okay. Sounds fine. Looks fine. Why is this? Oh, I see. Okay. That might be fine then. Try another one here. Nice. Okay. Well, it seems to be just fine. I left it plugged in overnight. And well, it's up to you, Mayushi. We can either send this one back to you. I'm feeling a lot better after letting it sit for a few days without having any problems with it. Or we can keep it, and I can send you a different one back. Totally up to you, though. Okay. Yeah, I mean, if it was me, I would want it just to say that I had Nick's Fix, I had a HomePod that was involved in an accident with Nick's Fix. Bragging rights, you know? Alright. We got that one powering back up. You must have the world's worst Wi-Fi. No HomePods you've ever had here have ever connected. That's good. Okay. Let's see, we've got Andre up next. Mayushi's keeping the original. Well, if you get it back and you do have any problems with any problems with it within the next 12 months, let me know, and we'll chalk it up to crash damage, and I'll just swap it out for you. No problems. We've now got Andre here. What's wrong with Andre's HomePod? Andre. Oh, I think Andre is just doing a color swap, so we're not even going to be looking at this one right now. Okay. Who's next then? Let's see. So we've got 2 HomePods from John here. Let's go ahead and get those taken care of. One of them has no power, and one of them has, I think, no bass. One no power, except for the occasional loud pop. Okay. One with no power, and one that pops rather loud, with bass cutting out. Alright, which one of the two do we have up first? Power or poppin'? Alright, looks like the first one up is the power pod, so let's get that up and get it apart. So one question that's been floating around in my head a lot is, do I replace the Z? Do I get another one just like it? And aside from the obvious safety concerns, like Erno was saying in the chat there, I mean, of course I do. Of course I really want to get another one and replace it. And do the exact same stuff to it. And I just might. And I just might be able to. It'll never feel exactly the same, but yeah, we all die and nothing matters anyways, so. As long as I get to enjoy what I have. Ooh, movie shoot. Have fun with that. Thanks for stopping by, mate. Oh, and we'll probably get yours dropped off tomorrow back at the post office too. Ooh, thanks for sticking around, Erno. Catch you in another one. Thank you. Thanks for dropping by. need it. I need it. Yes.
I'm having trouble connecting.
Yes. All right. On a roll.
I'm having trouble connecting to the internet. For more info, check the Home app. I'm having trouble.
Beautiful. One down for John, one more to go for John. This one is a little different. Should have popping his shoes. Ooh, yeah. Okay, that's a healthy pop. And by healthy, I mean a healthy, unhealthy amount. Let's get this fixed. sticky screws. Okay. Got some stuff up there. Get that taken care of first. All right. Almost. Just a little more. There we go. Oh man, my bag. Oh boy. Oh boy. It feels like I aged 30 years and 30 milliseconds. Alright. Yes. Another one. Yes. Yes. All right. We got that offset back in spec again. Let's make it look like a HomePod. I wish I could make my car look like a car again. Oh yeah, if you ever want to look at some of my older content in the Z before the accident, I've got an Instagram, 31Zs. It's where I posted a lot of my work and some videos and photos of this car before, you know. And if I do end up with a new Z, then I'll be posting content with that car on the same profile, so. If you're a car person, you can go follow my Instagram and catch all the latest there. If we ever, you know, I don't know if I can. Hello. Cheers. Muy bien. That sounds a lot better. All right. Put that on the bench for testing. else do we got? Oh god, we've got so much. We got Nigel here. Let's see if we can fix Nigel up here. What's wrong with Nigel? Nigel's got a HomePod with no power. So we got the usual power draw and no response behavior for a dead diode here. Let's get it open and get it fixed. This is rough. Like, fixing 10 or so HomePods in a row is rough by itself, but man, I feel like shit. like you. No, you stay there. Excuse me. Someone's still watching. Who are you? Thanks for sticking around, keeping me company. Is today Saturday? Yeah. I think I've got the energy for 3 more. I don't know.
I'm having trouble connecting.
I don't have any
I'm having
energy.
trouble.
I'm just going on autopilot right now, folks. Whose is this? Nigel. Where's Nigel's box? That's Nigel's box. Okay. Let's get Patrick. We got. Oh, excuse me, goodness gracious. You shouldn't have to hear that. We got Patrick here. Patrick has no power. Who's surprised? Who is surprised? Okay. 6 watts of power draw, nothing happening. Looks like the usual dead diode. Let's go. Every time I breathe in, it's like my back pops. That's not normal.
I'm having trouble connecting to
But that is.
home app. I'm having trouble connecting.
All right. Patrick's all fixed up. We've got Josh now. Let's see what's wrong with Josh's HomePod. Josh has no power. Looks the same as all the others with the dead diode. Let's get it apart. I haven't looked at how long we've been streaming yet, and I'm not going to. I'm not going to until we're done. Alright, I'm gonna look. Oh god. Oh god. Well, it looks like we've got a bit of a crowd with us. I don't know if all of you watching now are the same people that were watching earlier, but we have already talked about the car crash and shared photos and all that. So, I mean, I'm more than willing to show you guys some photos and video of the car and the accident if there's any interest in that. But I don't know. Leave a chat. Put a chat message in there for me if you're if you want to see any photos of that, or leave a like. Do something to let me know you want to see more. But if you just want me to shut up and fix HomePods, that's also perfectly fine. We're just gonna do that. Yeah, if you want to see or hear any more of the accident, you can also go to the beginning of the stream too. All right. Yeah, I kind of jumped right into that without explaining. Frankly, what I just did, what just happened was, as I was unscrewing this amplifier, I broke one of the components off of the board. I'm just not 100% here, to be honest with you guys. So we're gonna have to pull that part off of a parts board to fix our fuck up. And then we can fix the actual problem this was sent in for. All right, that looks good. Holy shit, fuck me. Oh, someone left a like. Wow. Okay. I'll hold up on my promise here. Hey, Matt. Thanks for the chat there. Yeah, no, I saw your email. And I haven't had the time to reply yet for obvious circumstances, but yeah, I would honestly, I would wait another 3 to 5 days, maybe a week at most, and then I would call USPS. I would give them an actual call and let them know what's going on. If you give them a call and open a case and let them know and get them to investigate, there's a good 50% chance that they'll find it and get it on its way to us. If not, I hope that you had it insured and all that. It's insurance. It's by itself is its own shitty process, but I might. Yeah. But definitely be patient with USPS. Especially around the holiday times. They get really busy and disorganized, and more often than not they catch up. And yeah, well, I asked y'all to leave a like if you wanted to see the photos again, so someone did it. Here you go. So, yeah, I don't care if you see my other photos, that's whatever. I don't have anything weird on here. That is at the scene of the accident, and essentially, I'll go ahead and give you the brief of what happened here. So, here, oh shit. So we've got, oh come on, piece of shit. We've got this road, and we've got this road. It's a pretty typical, you guys can't see that on the camera for shit, whatever. So we've got, yeah, whatever. Does this one work? Ooh, so we've got this road, and we've got this road. This is 22nd Street, and this is 148th. So, this is actually the main road, and this is more of an auxiliary or neighborhood road. So normally, this light for this traffic going this way is green, and the people going this way have to wait for their light to turn green. So normally, this is green and this is red. I was traveling down 22nd towards 148th, and I saw way back here, I saw my light was still red, right? So I start slowing down as I approach the intersection, as you do with a red light at your intersection, and my light turned green. So I started speeding back up to the speed limit. I was probably going somewhere between 20 to 24 miles an hour by the time I actually got here. And just for the record, I was probably about a block away by the time my light turned green. And there were other people waiting at this light. So the light for us turned green. Other traffic started going. I started going. And right in the middle of the intersection here, as I was right in the middle, someone else was not paying attention and ran right through their red light and hit me at the rear quarter panel of my side of the car. And that put me into that basically spun me around 360 degrees until my car landed right about here at the intersection. And they were clear down here by the time they stopped. on the wrong side of traffic. So we all get out of the car, and I walk. I'm standing here trying to recuperate recuperate. I just got T-boned, and she's standing there on the phone with someone else, I guess an eyewitness or something, and both of them are looking at me with like the ugliest, the meanest looks, like I was the one that caused all of this. And in the back of my head, I figured that's probably what was going on. She assumed that I was the one that caused it. So, and it frankly, like, if you look at somebody, if you looked at a picture and all the picture had was a picture of a black 2009 Honda CR-V and a red 1986 Nissan 300ZX sports car in an accident, you would rightfully assume that it was the sports car that caused the accident. So that's what I presume is what she was going around telling people, was she doesn't know what happened and suddenly she hit me. So people are starting to give me ugly looks around the intersection. And it takes a few minutes before her and I start talking, and I tell her, I was like straight up like, "Are you okay?" And she's like, yeah, whatever. And I'm like, just so you know, there's cameras, so you're aware of what happened, right? And she was like, "Oh, I wasn't, it's like Boomhauer bullshit, And I'm like, okay, but just for the record, like, you ran the red light, and when the cops show up, don't lie to them, or it's gonna make it harder for you, because there are cameras that recorded this happening." And she did not say a word to me after that. So fast forward a few minutes, the cops show up. And the cops ask us to get our cars over here. There's a parking lot and a church over here. So we get our cars over there. And they start asking us what happened. Before, when all this happened, at first, just one officer arrived. So he arrived, he made sure we were both okay, and then he started interviewing the other driver. I was maybe 10 or 15 feet away from them when I heard the officer ask her, when you were approaching the intersection, what color was your light? Do you remember? And she said, "I am almost positive, I am certain that my light was green." What the fuck is your problem? What is this person's problem? What is people's problem? Like, even in the face of, like, you're wrong, there's evidence of it, people still decide to lie and try to get out of it. And that really irritated me. And the second officer shows up, they start interviewing me, and I tell them what happened. Within 30 seconds to a minute of me telling them what had happened, they had pulled up the cameras at the intersection, and I overheard them. "Yeah, she ran the red." And I was like, "I got you, bitch. Fuck you." Like, I don't feel that way towards people, but when somebody not only commits the wrong act, but lies about it, that pisses me off. And then on top of that, like, you literally low-key ruined my fucking life. My foot was just almost healed, and now it's fractured again. My whole body fucking hurts. And frankly, I could be hospitalized and on the fucking verge of life or death, and I'd still be more upset about the fact that you destroyed my fucking car. I can't. I can't. So here's the deal. Insurance is going to compensate me fairly. And if it's not, I'm going to sue the fuck out of them. Like, I hate the circumstances. But at the same time, you had every opportunity to tell the truth, and you not only lied, but like you lied about it. You tried lying about it. You tried getting out of that. You knew you fucked up. I can't tell what date code that has on it. We'll just play it safe and Oh, just to be clear, Matt, I did not run the red light. I did nothing wrong. I did absolutely nothing wrong. I was 100% purely and legally minding my business. I was passing through the intersection with a green light given to me, and some dumbass looking at their fucking cell phone had to come up and fuck my shit up. Like, I apologize for the language, but given the circumstances, go fuck yourself if you do the same shit. If it wasn't a felony to get out of your vehicle, I would be getting out of my car and beating the I would be doing things to people that were on their phone while they were operating motor vehicles. Because I've given my kid a ride in that car. Like, we go out in that car. It's not just me. My 1-year-old daughter could have been in that fucking car. And where we got hit is right where she was. We're right where she would be sitting. And I'm the only silver lining in all of this is that my family wasn't with me. There's just so much wrong with all of this. Oh, and my wife and I were discussing this yesterday too. We were like, yeah, it's wild that police officers are even allowed to, like, they're legally allowed to operate a laptop computer while driving. And my wife was like, well, at least you, because like the reason why she was saying this was I had brought up the fact that I've got a laptop in the passenger seat of my Z, pretty much always running and data logging, so that way I can real-time tune and tweak the maps on the car. You know, you modify a car, it's gonna need to get tuned for it. And I did all that tuning myself. And I did it on the road. But I fucking never took my eyes off the road while I'm moving in order to dick with the thing. I always waited till I was stopped somewhere safe so I could mess with it. Like, I would blow up the engine before I would take my eyes off the road to look at the fucking laptop, let alone a fucking phone. For some stupid social media notification, more likely than not. But anyways, I was talking to my wife yesterday about how wild it is that I'm capable of tuning my car on the road with a laptop. And these kids can't fucking keep their hands off their phones for more than 5 seconds. And she was like, well, you know, like, something came up with police officers, and she said something like, at least police officers are trained in operating a vehicle while using their laptops. And I was like, the training, quote unquote, is literally just experience. And in that case, half of these teenagers out here have more experience than these officers do driving around operating the laptops. Which brings me back to my point of there's no reason to be distracted while operating a motor vehicle. Zero fucking reason. If you get in a vehicle, that is your sole purpose for that moment in time. For as long as that car is running and it's on the road and it's moving, that's your responsibility. There is nothing in the entire universe that is more important than you operating that vehicle safely. And when you take the negligent choice of looking at your phone while operating a motor vehicle, I don't want to be associated with anyone like that. Let alone on the road with someone like that. And this doesn't just fuck my life up. This fucks my wife's life up. This fucks my kid's life up. I can't even hold my kid. It hurts. My wife is already halfway fucking physically disabled. So now she's you know, she has to pick up all of the everything that I was doing for her. It's like, stop me from suing this lady to oblivion. I just can't. My car. My baby. I'll be right back. I gotta use the bathroom. Okay. Like, proving who was at fault isn't going to be the problem. Proving the value of the damages is going to be the challenge. Because insurance adjusters don't give a fuck how long you took, how much effort you put into it, the sacrifices that your family made in order for you to dick around in the garage on some stupid fucking car. They don't give a shit about any of that. And like, yeah, the car can be replaced, but the time that I put into it can't. I took time away from my wife and daughter to build that car. And it's gone. It's wasted. Because somebody wanted to check their phone while they were driving. And they don't feel any remorse for it. They're sorry that it happened to them. They're not sorry about any of that what they did. far as they're concerned, they didn't do anything wrong. This is just bad luck to them. And they're gonna go do the same shit again. Ruin someone else's life. Just pay attention when you're while you're driving, guys. That's all I'm getting at here. Literally nothing could possibly come into your phone that's more important than other people's lives on the road. Alright. I think that's the last one that I've got the energy for tonight, frankly. Hope you all enjoyed my, well, this, whatever this is. We got some stuff fixed, we ranted a bit. And, yeah. Well, I'll see you guys in the next one.